Welcome to Study Time, a televised home learning program produced by Rwanda Basic Education Board.
Hello students, welcome to Entrepreneurship. This is Teacher Rogers. Today we are going to look at Unit 9. We are continuing with our topic 8, which is standardization. And our lesson today, we are going to look at types of standards and the importances of standards. Students, today we are going to look at types of standards and the importances of standards. Students, last time we talked about standards. What do we mean when we talk of standards? Okay? What do we mean when we talk of standards? We are going to look at it. And our objective today is that at the end of the lesson, I want you to know types of standards and again, the importances of standards. Are we together? So now let's go and look at the types of standards, or rather let's first remember or recall ourselves. What do we mean when we talk of standards? We say that what is standards? Okay? Thank you. Yeah, we say that when we talk of standards, it is a document established by a recognized body. A document established by a recognized body that gives you, when you are an entrepreneur or if it is an industry, that body gives you the rules and the regulations to follow when you are producing a certain product. All together, when we talk of standards, this is a document established by a recognized body that allows you, by following their guidelines and regulations, when you are producing a certain product. Take an example. We say that in Rwanda, RSCB, Rwanda Standards Board, it is a recognized body here in Rwanda that looks or that gives the rules and regulations or the guidelines these industries or anyone wants to manufacture or to make a product. You should follow the rules and regulations of this Rwanda Standards Board. Are we together? So that is Rwanda Standard Board that looks at all products that are made in our country. Are we together? Yeah. So let's look on the types of standards. One, we say that code practice standards. Code practice standards, whereby we say that guidelines given to members to comply with the association's ethical practices. Association's ethical practices. When we talk of code practice standards, remember when we talk of the word ethics. If someone talks of you are ethical, you are having good ethical values, or you are unethical, what do we mean? When we talk of ethics, these are moral principles. Ethics, these are moral principles that guides someone's behavior. Moral principles that guide someone's what? Behavior. That's what we mean ethics. Then when we talk of ethical, your behaviors, the way how you behave towards a certain person or towards something. Are we together? So, code practice standards. For example, there are some businesses which they are having their ethics or they are ethical. Take an example. You may be in a company, but that company, it is having its ethics or its ethical. That for us, we dress like this. Or for us, we talk like this. Or for us, we welcome people like this. That is their ethical. For them, that's how they behave. Are we together? Then another one, we are having ethical standards. Ethical standards, we say that moral principles that respects, promotes values like trust, fairness, kindness, good behaviors, and etc. It is rated with this code of conduct, but these ones, when we talk of these ethical standards, it is the way how you do behave. Then another one, we are having performance standards. When we talk of these performance standards, we say that these are standards on how. Yeah, so now let's look on the importances of standards. As we have seen that standards, these are recognized documents that are always given by recognized body, and we say that in Rwanda, our recognized body which always recognize our products that are always made in Rwanda, it is RSB. So now, what are the advantages or what are the benefits or what are the importances of these standards? One, it helps to meet the requirements of the purchasers. It helps to meet the requirements of the purchasers or the customers or the consumers. When a product it is made and it is of good quality, the purchaser, you as a consumer, after buying that product, which is of good quality, you satisfy your need or you satisfy your requirement. Are we together? But when a product it is bad, it cannot satisfy your requirements and you will remain with something within your heart. But when it is of good standard, it satisfies your what? Your requirement. Then another one, we say that it strengthens and harmonizes nations' meteorology system or scientific processes of measurements. In other words, these standards, this RSB, it improves on our scientific processes in producing our commodities. Because when you produce a commodity which is not good, you are to repeat it, or they will not allow you to sell that product or to put that product into the what? Into the public or to the market. Meaning that it will force you to make a quality product which meet the RSB guidelines and the regulations. So it will improve on our scientific processes or processing ways of producing our products. Then thirdly, we say that these standards, it develops culture of quality management in public and private institutions. It helps these, whether it is a public or government or private sectors or industries producing goods, to produce good quality goods, which meets the what? The requirements also of the RSB. But when we are talking of RSB, we are talking of bodies, recognized bodies within our country. But we looked at, there are very many types of standards where we talked of national standards. When we talk of national standards, we mean SCB. Then we are having regional standards, making a product which is at a regional level, or international standards, which are of the level of the whole world, whereby you are allowed now to take that commodity to the world market. Isn't it? But this RSB, it works here on national issues or on national commodities that are produced in our country. Then another one, we say that it facilitates the access of Rwanda goods and services to external markets. You know, as we have said that we are having types of standards where we are having international, we are having regional, we are having national. So, when RSB proves that your commodity, it is of good quality, you can sell it within Rwanda and outside the country. For export, you can export it. You know, when we export, when these entrepreneurs of ours export fake products outside Rwanda, it will degrade our products outside what? Outside our country. Take an example, it can be like East African market, within East African market, within East African countries. You are selling fake products, it is going to degrade our markets outside what? Outside Rwanda. But when you sell a good quality product outside our country, we are going to get more demands from other countries to always want our products. Isn't it? Are you seeing the role of this Rwanda Standards Board? So most of the times, you find you are making your product and it is not approved, it is not allowed by Rwanda Standards Board, and you feel like, why are these people making me fail my business? They are disturbing me, they are harassing me. No, they are not harassing you, please. They want you to produce goods of high level, goods which can compete with other goods within Rwanda and again outside the Rwanda. Are we together? So you always follow the rules and the guidelines of Rwanda Standards Board, such that we produce good quality goods, good quality products and services which can outcompete other products that always come from different countries. Isn't it? Remember that when you are an industry or when you are an entrepreneur, you are not alone in that field. There are other entrepreneurs who want to outcompete you. So now, the only way of also outcompeting them is to make good quality products, of which, by following these guidelines of Rwanda Standards Board here in Rwanda. Then another point, we say that another importance of standards, we say that it leads to better public health. It leads to better public health. What do we mean? When we talk of better public health, students, what do we mean? Good life. Nations, the citizens, or we the consumers, we the purchasers of the product that we have made, to have good health. You know, when you produce a product which is not approved, it is fake, it is substandard, it is going to harm the public. You know, most of the times, you know, it is hard to control people. People, I don't know how I can call it, but it is very difficult to be controlled. Likewise, the way how you always see these animals, the cows and goats and what, when you are rearing them, they are hard also to control. Then, if an animal can be hard to control, what about a human being who is having 5 senses? It's very hard to control that person. So, most of the times, we always undermine, we produce products which are not even allowed, which are not approved. And when you put it in the market, it harms people. People get problems like diseases. It harms the public. But when a product it is approved, in Rwanda, if it is approved by Rwanda Standards Board, it is allowed. It shows that that product it is safe to the public to be used. Even if there are these imports that always enter into our country, these imports they always pass through what? Rwanda Standards Board to approve them, whether they are of good quality or not. When they are of good quality, that's when they allow us to do what? To consume them. When they are of bad quality or they are substandards, they cannot allow us. They cannot allow them to enter into into the country. So now, don't always see those products that you always consume and you say that you can anyhow import within a country, or you can make your product. After making your product, you start selling. It's not like that. A product must be approved by a recognized body of the certain country to allow you to sell that product in a country. Why? For better public health. Because the government tries to control their citizens. Because when a citizen gets a problem, the country is the one to be suffering, because it is the one to take that person into the hospital to do what, all the expenditures. So to avoid all that, that's why they need to control goods being manufactured in the country and goods entering into the country for better public health. Are we together, students? Okay, thank you. Then we are having another point, which is environmental protection. Environment protection. What do we mean when you talk of environment protection, students? Thank you. So we looked at negative business activities. When we talk of negative business activities, we mean these negative activities that always harm the environment. For example, like bush burning. Another one? Yes? Thank you. Deforestation, overgrazing, overcultivation, all those, they are negative business activities that we normally do in our environment. Then, here in Rwanda, we are having Rwanda Environmental Authority, REMA. Rwanda Environmental Management Authority. This body, this recognized body, it protects our environment. So, there are some guidelines that we should always follow, or which they always give us, whereby they tells us to keep our environment clean, to keep our environment beautiful, to protect our nature, to protect our climate. We should avoid this and this and this and this one. For example, here in Rwanda, if you cut one tree, plant more than 2 or 10 trees, such that we protect our what? Our environment. Are we together? That is our standard. Rwanda Environmental Management Authority, its standard is when you cut one tree, plant more than one. Are we together? So when you plant, when you cut a tree, or when you carry out reforestation and afforestation, when we talk of afforestation, we mean afforestation refers to planting of trees where it has not been existing. Getting a newly bare ground, and you start planting what? Trees. That is what we call afforestation. Then when we talk of reforestation, it is, students, reforestation, thank you. Yeah, when we talk of reforestation, it is replanting. Replanting of trees where they have been cut. You have cut a forest, then after you plant other young trees. Are we together? Or you cut one tree, you plant another one. That is what we call reforestation. So by doing that, by following the standards of this REMA, we are going to protect our what? Our environment. So standards of REMA, they help us to protect our environment through afforestation, through reforestation, through proper dumping of wastes, and etc. Are we together? So all those, it protects our environment. Then another one, we say that it leads to economic growth. When we talk of economic growth, what do we mean? Students, when we talk of economic growth, what do we mean? Okay? Thank you. Yeah, when you talk of this economic growth, we mean persistence increase of goods and services within our country. Persistent increase or general increase of goods and services produced in our country. So, through obeying or through following these standards, you are likely, or we are likely to produce more good quality goods, and we are going also to export more quality products outside the country. And you find we have got increase in goods and services within our country, of which we call it economic growth of the country. Then another one, we say that it improves standards of living. Yeah, you know, when you are producing poor quality goods, people are going to have some consequences like diseases, like what, and etc. But when you produce good quality goods, when you produce good quality products, people are not going to get sick, and their standards of living are going to improve. Then another one, we say that it leads to low cost of production since redundancy and the errors have been minimized. Low cost of production of these goods that we produce. You know, sometimes people, they always overcharge highly or they charge differently. But when there is economic growth, goods and services within the country, the price had to do what? Had to increase. But when there is scarcity of products, they have to do what? To increase. So it is also important in that. Another one, we say that it leads to industrial products, services, and personnel to cross borders. So these products, when you produce good quality products, they can also cross borders of countries. We can export it to other countries. Then another one, we say that it improves industry efficiency and remains competitive. The industry produce good quality goods of which it can compete with other countries or other commodities within the market centers. When your product it is nice, it can outcompete other products within the market. And you find you are getting high market and you are making a lot of sales when you are selling a good quality product. Are we together? Yeah. So, as we are ending our lesson today, that is our activity. I want you to do that activity, which says explain the importance of standards. Thanks for your attention and your cooperation. We meet next time. Thank you.